shout out to everybody. I want to talk to y'all real quick. You know, it looks like a movie up in here. Shout out. You know, first thing I do want to say, JC, why you blocked me? What is you doing? Shout out to JC. You know what I'm saying? Man, I look. I'm like, yo, did JC say anything about Surf? Has he been marketing? Like, what's going on? I'm not blocked on Twitter. But I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I go on his IG just to see. And he's got me blocked. I'm like, come on, bro. What's this? One thing you got to do, JC, is you got to, like, kind of realize, like, a lot of these, like, superstar, like, artists out here, like, they don't really, you know what I mean? They may look at the blogs, but they don't let the blogs, like, control them to the point to where they feel, like, upset, you know, to where they got to block, like, a blogger or something like that. But if you feel like that's what you got to do, I got my revenge. Went ahead and blocked him. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to JC. I will say this before I get started. If you win the battle, I will be impartial with that. If you win the battle, I'm going to get on here and say you won the battle. If you lose the battle, I'm still going to get on here and say you lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to JC. I do want to say this. First of all, rest in peace to Pat Stay. You know, I seen that there's a battle rapper that ended up doing a battle, and from what it looks like on Twitter, because people are like mad. You know, they're kind of like ranting right now on Twitter. They're like atting the dude. And so I guess he did a battle and he used the Pat Stay current situation as for crowd reaction. You know, so people right now, they're trying to cancel him. Y'all tell me what y'all think. My personal opinion, bro, I would kind of stay away from that topic. And I know you may not be familiar with a lot of people and you may not know the relationship you know, that he may have had with certain entities and certain people, you know, because you battling, obviously the goal of battling is to make the most amount of money. More than likely, the most amount of money is going to be on the biggest leagues. The biggest leagues are going to have the biggest artists, and you don't want to get into a situation where if you make it through all of that, you know, somebody may be like, yo, I don't want to battle on a card if this dude's going to be on a card. Or a league may have to deal with people talking about, oh, let's boycott them for even booking this person. Like, you don't want to deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to, you know, everybody. I want to hear what y'all think about it. I'm not disrespecting you, but I will say, just be careful, be cautious on how you're moving. You know, and sometimes it's like the things we do today end up affecting our tomorrows. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you. You know, no disrespect. I'm just saying. You know, just be careful. You know what I mean? It is what it is with that. I also want to say this. I seen that Cassidy did an interview on Hip Hop Is Real. I like this interview. It's a reason why I like it, right? So there's a lot of speculation that's going on as to why the Cassidy versus Freeway battle didn't happen. I'm seeing people saying it's canceled, you know, permanently. It's just not going down. I'm seeing like people saying, you know, URL, they don't have the budget for it. They didn't pay him. Like, this is why the battle's not going down. They don't have enough money for both of the artists. I'm hearing everything like from them trying to, you know, book smaller artists and smaller acts to not pay for that. I'm hearing all kind of things. But he ended up saying this. He's basically like, they paid me for the battle. I'm just waiting for them to give me the date. You know, so all the speculation about URL not having the money is not real, you know. So he's saying he's already gotten paid. He's just waiting for the date. Now, we also know that they thinking about going to New York, URL. They're thinking about doing, you know, at the end of the year, a volume. There's, you know, rumors that it may be a Drake card. I don't know if Drake still has an obligation to do a Drake card at this point, but we know he's got a strong relationship with Smack. So who knows? Like, maybe there'll be a Drake card. We know they got the Philly card. We know they got, you know, more than likely there could be like a Gun Titles versus EFB. It's a lot of different things that can happen. And I think next month is going to be a pretty big event. You know, so I don't know. Maybe they'll end up putting this on the Philly card. But, you know, I will say this for everybody that's curious about it. You got to think they got Summer Madness. They just had JC, or they're going to have JC versus Sue Surf, Tay-Rock versus Swamp, Calico versus Easy to Block Captain, other matchups, you know what I mean? Like, they want new artists to move forward, and they also don't want to just give you everything on one card, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So what event would you like to see this if they're going to actually book it? You know what I mean? I will say it's been over a year. People were kind of against the battle when it first got announced. Maybe URL was trying to figure out whether or not the sentiment would change. Cassidy ended up saying some things, right? One thing he ended up addressing was that, that people don't want to see the battle. He's saying something like, he feels like people don't want to see the battle because they think I'm going to win the battle. They want to see me go up against somebody that they feel like can kill me in a battle. I will say this, I think he's right, because when you look at it, Goods didn't do it, Hitman didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to John, you know what I mean? But all these artists didn't accomplish the goal. They didn't get rid of Cassidy. Like, if anything, like the last battle that he had with Hitman Holla is debatable. A lot of people got him winning the battle. Some people got him losing, but a lot of people got him winning. And this is Hitman Holla. So when they see him going up against potential, Freeway, they're kind of just like, he's going to walk through this guy, And we just heard the freestyle that Freeway had, way out of date, you know what I mean? So we listening to that and we just like, there's no way he's going to even be able to compete with Cassidy. Some people like, yo, Cassidy's going to get on the internet talking again. I like when he talks. First of all, the reason why I like it is because it's more marketing and promotion. A lot of battlers right now, I feel like, if you're not EFB and gun titles, there's really no marketing, and it's crazy because it's like JC, and this is not to go in on JC, but it's like this is the biggest battle of his life, and he ain't even talking about it. He ain't said nothing about it on Twitter, other than like, I think he had like a brief exchange with Suserve. Other than that, he ain't talking about it. I can't see what you're saying on Instagram, JC. Wait a minute! But as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in the media about him really going back and forth with Surf other than maybe Hip Hop Is Real. They're throwing up like, older videos and stuff like that, trying to keep the momentum of the battle going. But it's like, like who's marketing? So I think that's the issue. So if Cassidy comes back, I think he's going to bring back the competitiveness, make people talk. And one thing he did do, which I liked, they asked him a question like, what do you think about the URL putting ARP's voice in the Summer Madness trailer? And one thing that he said that made me realize how smart he is and how media trained he is, he was like, whatever URL got going on with RBE or vice versa is none of my business. The only thing I'm concerned about is what is the best situation for me, and league should be concerned about what the best situation is for them. You know what I'm saying? He said that in a roundabout way, but for the most part, he's saying, I'm only concerned about myself. You know what I mean? And I think that's the attitude that a lot of people should have. I see people picking sides. Some people want to pick the RBE side. Some people picking the URL side. If you surf or rock or something like that, you can understand why, if they would pick that side, why they would do it. You know what I mean? But if you're an up-and-coming artist, it doesn't really make sense. I seen Chris Unbiased, he did like a blog, and he was kind of addressing the situation. He's just like, if you're picking a side with the league, you have no leverage, because you're showing the other league that you don't want to do business with them. So if there's like a battle that you may want on your league, it's like, what would be the reasoning as to why like a league would want to like give you what you want if you've already ruined the relationship with the other league? You always want to operate off of leverage. That's how you get the most amount of money that you're going to get, and that's how you get the battles that you want, by having two effective leagues, that you can go to if you need to. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I think he is very smart, and I feel like if he was to come back in a battle rap and this battle gets booked, there will be a lot of promotion. But shout out to Easy and shout out to Calico. I see they promoting. You know what I mean? Calico was in the spaces to see Averb. Every once in a while he'll go on the spaces and he'll talk. But for the most part, it's not really much going on. I do know that URL just did a secret event, and with the event they had, I think it was First Lady Flame. She went up against Kid Chaos. And then I think Cortez, he went up against Drugs, and I think Arsenal went up against DNA, so I think it's like a situation of where like your rounds are timed, and like it doesn't matter what's going on, like you have to just get through your material and get done, and all those battles are going to end up dropping on the app. So if I was y'all, I'd be looking out for that if you're app gang. I will say this, like where's the rest of the card? I want to see the rest of the card. I want to see whether or not it's going to be new artists, or if it's going to be maybe a female battle rapper on the card with another female, or maybe going up against a male. What is it going to be? You know, is this going to be an opportunity for somebody? Are they going to promote? Are they going to market? You know, we got so many days left until Summer Madness. You know what I mean? Obviously, Rock and Swamp, they're probably trying to perfect their rounds. I see Rock and Lady Caution about to go up against Shuni and Fettuccine. You know what I mean? That's a 2-on-2. Like, will that impact the performance? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I will say this, you know what I mean? The card that y'all have now is dope, but I do want to see who's going to be on the rest of the card. You know what I mean? This gets everybody excited, the intensity, and I want to see if people are going to promote. You know what I mean? Obviously, JC's not going to promote. Surf's already promoted, but I think for the most part, he shut down his social media. I think the last interview he did was with Three Letterman on PSA Podcast. And I think if you go to the Real to Don's YouTube channel, you can see some of the spaces that he did. You know, but, you know, for the most part, that's all the promotion that we're getting. I've seen that Swamp, he posted a couple of videos of himself or whatever, like, going crazy. I think he had, like, the ending to, like, his Rum Nitty battle that he had. Like, he was posting, and he's been saying that he's ready for the battle. But other than that, there's not much promotion, you know. But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section. Let me know. Are y'all ready for Cassidy to come back? Do you not want to see him to come? Like, y'all gonna watch it. If Cassidy comes back to battle rap, y'all gonna watch it, bro. Let's act like we're not gonna. Y'all gonna want to see whether or not he's gonna win, if it's gonna be a slaughter, or if he's gonna mess up. That's what y'all want to see. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all tell me what y'all think about battlers mentioning Pat Stay. You know what I mean? I think it's a topic people need to stay away from. You know what I mean? Like, certain things you talk about in battles and certain things you just leave alone. You know what I'm saying? But y'all tell me in the comment section. I will be responding to comments. But I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.